What's going on, everybody? It's Weather with Jonathan here, back again with another daily weather forecast. And in this video, we have a ton of things to talk about, so let's jump straight into the forecast. So starting off with severe weather, we have a massive enhanced risk today, extending from portions of northwestern Arkansas all the way back through central Colorado. Now, this is mainly for damaging winds and large hail, but a few tornadoes will be possible across the southeastern corridor of Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. And then we also have that enhanced risk that goes into southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma. Then you also notice that slight risk extends all the way back up into portions of South Dakota and actually a tiny little portion there of Minnesota. And then another slight risk over in Indiana and Illinois. This one, we could actually see a few tornadoes out of this today. Now let's take a look at our risks today, because our hail is one of our main threats, okay? We have a 30% significant risk across portions of Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma right here. And then we have that 15% significant that extends all the way back into northwestern Oklahoma, southwestern Kansas, and northern Texas. And then wind is also our main threat too. We do have a 30% significant for wind for northern Oklahoma, northern Texas, and southern Kansas. Also a tiny portion of southeastern Colorado. And then that 15% risk extends into all the other areas that are under a slight risk other than Indiana and Illinois. And then our tornado risk, we do have 3 areas for tornadoes possible today. One area is in southeastern Colorado and the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma and a small corridor of southwestern Kansas. Then we also do have a small 5% risk located in northwestern Iowa, northeastern Nebraska, and southeastern South Dakota. And we're not done yet with tornadoes. We got another 5% risk for southwestern Indiana and eastern Illinois. Now, I think the biggest threat for tornadoes is definitely going to be in Illinois and Indiana. But still, though, if you are even under any tornado risk and you get a tornado warning come through, please take shelter, get away from windows, shut every single window. Do not leave a door open. Keep your family safe. And get right into the basement and get away from windows. And that severe weather does not stop. It goes into tomorrow and the next 3 days. So we got another slight risk for portions of the Ohio River Valley, the entire state of Kentucky, basically the entire state of Tennessee, a little bit of North Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama, and then a small portion of Missouri and West Virginia. Now, this slight risk is mainly focused for wind, okay? We could have a small little MCS situation unfold here. Sorry about that. That was the wrong outlook. But we could have a damaging wind event here, okay? Now, I'm not saying this is going to be significant. This is no derecho. We could just have some significant damaging winds potentially if this actually does get upgraded to a enhanced risk. Now, I'm not saying it will. This could still get bad, but wind is our main threat for this. Then we do have a small tornado probability located for the eastern Ohio River Valley. And we also have another one for the tri-state area around northeastern Missouri, southeastern Iowa, and northwestern Illinois. And then a 5% hail risk for that entire slight risk, and a lot of states in the southern upper Midwest. And then tomorrow we do have another slight risk for the Northeast. Now this one is a little bit different. It actually extends from Alabama all the way up through New York. And I think this is going to be one of those days where we could actually have some pretty decent damaging winds, okay? We could actually have some significant damaging winds here. And remember, this is still 2 days from now, okay? Things will change, and we could get this downgraded to a marginal risk. We could get this upgraded to an enhanced risk. But I do think this could be one of those days where we could potentially have a actually kind of significant damaging wind event, because of all the wind shear we have for that damaging winds. Now we do not have a lot, but we still have enough to cause significant damaging winds. And then that severe weather threat does not stop, okay? Yes, there is some on Tuesday, but our main focus here is Wednesday, okay? This is not something you see every day, but this is kind of common in the summer because you usually see slight risks almost every day. But we got an enhanced risk for day 5, okay? Now, this could be one of our significant severe weather outbreaks we could have in the near future, okay? Now, I know I've said the past outlooks that I've talked about in this video, I know I've said this could be a blah, 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 significant severe weather outbreak, blah, blah, blah. But this one is what I'm keeping my eye on, okay? Because it's not often that you see a day 5 outlook and it stays as a slight risk, okay? Usually it'll become something else and it'll usually become at least an enhanced risk. But things will change, okay? This is only day 5. We still got 4 days until we're even at Tuesday. So we still have a lot to do, okay? And things will change, but this could be a significant severe weather outbreak, okay? Now let's take a look at what is going to be happening today, okay? This is the HRRR High Resolution Rapid Refresh Model. Now you'll notice right around about 2 o'clock this afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will start popping off in eastern Colorado, Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Now, these won't be very big at this time, but they will mature. So this is around 5 p.m. We'll have discrete storms firing off in western Indiana and eastern Illinois. And then we'll have this big, nasty swollen in western Tennessee, western Kentucky. And then we'll also have those storms starting to fire off in South Dakota, Nebraska, and western Iowa. Now, as we head into the overnight hours and the evening hours, these storms in Colorado and Kansas, they will basically stay the same at their mature enough stage and then kind of start fizzling out by this time. Now, they will still have a big hail threat. And then we'll have that tornado threat be starting to go down in South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska. And then we also do have the leftover remains of these storms in Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, Alabama, and then this is a significant severe weather outbreak, okay? So these could actually last kind of long. Now by 12 a.m., midnight, some of these storms will start to refire a little bit, but most of these storms should die down and fizzle out by then. Then we also will have some thunderstorms left over in Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. Now, you guys are probably like, oh, these are just going to fizzle out, nothing bad is going to happen. No, okay? They fire right back up, okay? So look at this right here. This is our 48-hour model run. And look, these storms, they fizzle out. And then watch this. They refire tomorrow. Look, we got this MCS situation in Illinois and more storms popping off in southern Kentucky around in the afternoon, evening hours of tomorrow, and then some thunderstorms in the south potentially. And this is quite a big severe weather outbreak, okay? This is a big trough. This is causing lots of severe weather, and it's going to be pretty active as we go through the rest of August. I think it will. And you know why all this severe weather is caused by? This is called the jet stream, okay? The jet stream is basically where the wind flows through the atmosphere, and what's going on in the atmosphere, and at certain heights. And basically, this is a 500 millibar height, and you can see our little divot right here in the jet stream. Whenever you get this, this is when you know you're going to get storms, okay? You see that lift popping off out in front of it, that warm air coming up, and then you know what you get? You get storms, okay? And this is why we're having all those storms in the Ohio River Valley and in the plains today. So this is our little divot, and eventually it just becomes massive. And well, I wouldn't use the word massive, but it becomes pretty big. And this is what's going to cause our severe weather. Now you'll notice after this makes its way out of the U.S., it'll be kind of a straight just flow across the U.S., which could lead to some nice weather. But then we're going to have another little divot come in, and this is where we could have some significant severe weather. And this is what I'm talking about. This is for the day 5 slight risk, okay? So we could have some severe weather. And then look, it keeps going. Another little divot. You see that right there? And then look, we actually get another little divot. This is what it's going to be like through August. Another little divot. And then another little divot. This is what's going to be like through August. Just little divots all the time. And this is what's going to cause all of this severe weather, okay? So this is why we could have a pretty active period of severe weather for August. I believe this could be pretty active. And this could be a very active August. Now, we're very lucky that it isn't active in terms of tropical storms, because apparently we actually don't have any tropical storms going on or anything like that, okay? No tropical cyclones are expected during the next 7 days, which is pretty rare to not have an outlook by now. And it is August 5th. We've only had 4 named storms. Now, I'm not saying this hasn't been average. This has been above average already. Usually by now we'd already have like 4 storms. But now we're starting to go up, okay? And we still don't have anything. And I'm not seeing signs of anything really developing. I'll take you through this model run, and I'm not seeing any signs of anything developing really, other than this one little fantasy thing at the end of the model run. I do not think this will develop. It's what I'm talking about is this right here. I do not think this will develop. This is complete fantasy. This is the last hour of the model run. This is not going to develop. I pinky promise you guys, this probably will not. This will probably not develop into anything serious. Even if it does develop, there is like I don't know, but like a 1 or 2% chance that this actually develops. Okay, and if anything does develop, the waters are prime right now. Okay, this was August 3rd. Look at, and this is in Celsius. The maximum is 33 degrees. That is about 90 to 95 degrees. That is somewhere around 90 to 85 degrees. Okay, this is very warm waters. And look at our sea surface temperature anomaly. Okay, like our Atlantic is boiling. I mean, boiling. Like you'll see occasional places where it's a little below average or average, like right here. But the other entire part of the Atlantic basin, it is hotter than ever. We've actually, apparently, NOAA has classified this as an Atlantic El Nino. Yeah, you heard me right. Yes. Atlantic is even in an El Nino too. Okay, so this is massive, okay? Now, if anything can develop and this wind shear kind of slows down for even a day, and there's not enough dust coming off of Africa making its way into the Atlantic, and something gets through this could be a big problem for the U.S. Okay, so I just want to warn you guys about this. Now, we have 2 factors that are helping us not have tropical storms. It is the dust from Africa that's coming off and it's migrating across the Atlantic. And we also have wind shear in the Caribbean because of El Nino. And most of the storms take a track somewhere like this. Most of them don't develop out here. Most of them develop somewhere around here and go up through or do this or do that. They do whatever they want, but most of the time storms don't go up here, and most storms go through this kind of area. Okay? And this is where all of our wind shear is. So this is good that we're not having any tropical activity, and I hope this keeps up. And yes, it's cool to see tropical storms and hurricanes, but it's not cool to see people die from this. So I do not want anything bad to happen with tropical storms this year and hurricanes. So this is good news. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was pretty long. I did an in-depth discussion about this. Also, sorry my voice is probably not the best. And I'm sorry I haven't been uploading, and I'll try to upload more. And I'll see you in my